I'm Nathan Navarro, and these are the Magellan cabs from Genzler Amplification. On my right is the Magellan 12T-V being powered by the Magellan 350 amp head, and on my left is the Magellan 212T being powered by the Magellan 800 amp head. While Genzler is known for their adventurous and forward-thinking cabs like the bass arrays that you'll often see sitting behind me, these two cabs are particularly exciting because Genzler's taken a traditional approach to their design, while keeping that same top-end build quality and outstanding performance. Let's start with the Magellan 212T, which I used for the intro. It's rated at 700 watts at 4 ohms and weighs in at 54 pounds, one of the lightest in its class. It takes the conventional woofer tweeter approach with two 12-inch neodymium woofers and a proprietary 1-inch bullet tweeter. The woofers can provide tons of low-end pressure and mid-frequency warmth and clarity. And the tweeter creates a super smooth top end thanks to the voice coil gap being infused with ferrofluid. This prevents the voice coil from overheating while also damping resonances for a higher power rating and a less peaky high end. Overall, it delivers with authority, and tonally it has a very nice mid-throat vocal character to it. The Magellan cabs address a more classic look with their woven grill cloth, silver metallic piping, triangular ports, and their heavy-duty black textured vinyl sides. Now let's take a listen to the 12T-V in this next example. The Magellan 12T-V is only 24 pounds and it's rated at 350 watts at 8 ohms. It utilizes that same 12-inch neodymium woofer and proprietary 1-inch bullet tweeter as the 212T. Jeff Genzler has shared with me that many players mention this being surprisingly giggable for its size, and earlier this week I found that to be true. I had a local music director reach out looking for a last-minute fill-in for a session, and he said, "Can you bring an amp?" And I said, "Yeah." And I looked at the 212 and I looked at the 112, and I considered my options. You know, I knew that the 212 would be enough. It was a 6-piece jazz band that we were working with. And then I considered the 112 and I thought, well, it sounds way bigger than it looks. I know the specs, I know people are saying it's surprisingly giggable, so I brought it along with me, and indeed I had more than enough power. I kept the master volume around 40%, and everyone could hear the bass clearly without it being too loud. And in fact, we ran through the music, and the piano player, who was a good 30 feet away from me because the band was exercising social distancing, shouted up to me and he said, "Hey, check measure 9. And we ended up finding a discrepancy between our sheet music. And at that point I thought, wow, if he can hear me that clearly, all the way over there on the opposite side of the drummer, this thing is awesome. True story. All right, back to riffs. So in summary, I think the Magellan cabs look awesome, they have a massive punch to weight ratio, and they fill a room in ways that you wouldn't expect them to be able to. Their tonal characteristics work so well for gig music. When I first plugged in I thought, man, what a great rock tone. And then it delivered at the jazz gig, and I could see it fitting in perfectly with CCM. And if at any point I want more power, each of these rigs can be modular. I can run both of the cabs off of a single amp, or I can have dual 12s or dual 212s. It's all in the cards. If you're wondering how they differ from the Genzler bass array cabs, I'd say the Magellan's transients are not quite as defined. There's just a bit less high frequency and mid-frequency bite without the line array speakers, and perhaps less immediacy without the frequencies being spread across multiple drivers. But again, that wasn't the intention behind the Magellans. They're a traditional take and they sound phenomenal in that setting. The bass arrays, on the other hand, project and disperse in a completely different pattern than a traditional cabinet. And that's where each design has its own voice and benefit. I'll leave a link in the description to my video on the bass array cabs if you'd like to compare them back to back. Well, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Magellan 212T and the Magellan 12T-V from Genzler Amplification. You can find out more at genzleramplification.com. And please remember to like, subscribe, and click that bell. I'm Nathan Navarro. Take care.